Hi guys, welcome to English Lessons with Inlingua Vancouver. My name is Tim, and today we're going to talk about a pretty common problem for a lot of students. In fact, even a lot of higher level students still have this problem, which is the difference between come and go, distinguishing the difference between come and go. Here's an example. So, a lot of our students, they stay in Vancouver for a long time, and when they're about to go back to their country, they will always say something like this. They say, "Oh, I'm coming back to Brazil next month." And of course, this would be wrong, right? You're supposed to say, "I'm going back to Brazil next month." Why? So the reason is actually very simple. So the basic rule is always remember the position of the subject. Okay, so whenever you're choosing between come or go, you want to think about where the subject is, and which helps you decide on the movement, right? So for example, in this case, because the students have been in Canada for a long time, so right now they're still in Canada, so of course they're moving from Canada to Brazil, so they should say they are going back to Brazil. However, if you consider the situation where their friends in Brazil, if they call them, and their friends will ask them, "Hey, when are you coming back?" Right? When are you coming back? When are you coming back to Brazil? So in that case, because their friends are in Brazil, so that's their position, and they think in their mind, right? They are asking whether when the person is going to come back to Brazil. So the movement is going from the other place to them, right? And that's where you're supposed to use come. So let's take a look at another example, right? In some situations, you could use both come and go. For example, here we say, "I'm going to the party," right? I am going to the party. Or you can say, "I'm coming to the party." So both will be correct, right? But it doesn't really change the meaning that much. But it really all depends on, again, the position, right? It all depends on the position of the subject, or in this case, the speaker, right? So, and also, of course, the people you're talking to, right? So in the first sentence, if you say, "I'm going to the party," then you're probably talking to some other people that are maybe not going to the party, or maybe they are not sure if they are going to the party or not. So you're looking at this whole situation from your standpoint, and then you're moving to the party, right? You say, "I'm going to the party," right? However, when you say, "I'm coming to the party," then you're probably talking to maybe the host of the party, or maybe you're talking to some other guests, right? People who have already decided that they're going to the party. Then, because they have already, whether they already they've already decided they're going to the party, or whether they are the host, then you're looking at the whole thing from their standpoint. So they are at the party, and you're coming to them. So you say, "I'm coming to the party," right? So both sentences would be correct, but it all depends on which position you are at, and from which standpoint are you looking at the situation. Now, let's take a look at the last example, right? So the last example shows you that sometimes the speaker doesn't have to be the subject, right? So I am the speaker, but I could talk about another person. So this is the situation here. Like if I say, "John was disappointed that his girlfriend couldn't go to the trip," or if I say, "John was disappointed that his girlfriend couldn't come to the trip," again, both will be correct, right? And in this case, me, right, as the speaker, I am not part of the sentence. But so how do I decide whether I use go or come? Well, again, I am looking at the whole situation from the standpoint of the subject. So if I am looking at the whole thing from John's standpoint, then I probably say John was disappointed that his girlfriend couldn't come to the trip, because John is already part of the trip, right? So people will come to the trip, right? So in this case, come makes more sense, right? So he's very disappointed that his girlfriend couldn't come to him, couldn't come to the trip. But if you look at the whole situation from maybe his girlfriend's standpoint, then you could say go, because maybe his girlfriend was busy or something, and so he couldn't. So she couldn't go to the trip, right? So you say John was disappointed that his girlfriend couldn't go to the trip, and when I say that, I'm looking at the whole situation from his girlfriend's point of view, right? Even though obviously in this case John is the starting point, but as a speaker, I'm looking at the whole situation from his girlfriend. Okay, so to sum up, the general idea is that whenever you want to decide whether to use come or go, you want to think about the position of the subject. Okay, so if you're moving from one place, right? If you're moving from one place to another place, then chances are you should use go. And if you believe that things should move towards wherever you are at, then you should use come. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please like the video and leave any comments, and please make sure you remember to subscribe our channel, and see you next time.